About 6 months ago, I did a video series called Beatmixing for the Mobile DJ Total Beginner's Guide. There are 4 videos in this series, and what I did was attempt to show you how to use one of these, which is a dual CD controller, like most mobile DJs have, with the pitch control on it. Now, most mobile DJs don't know how to even start to use these to any kind of potential, so I attempted to show you how to get started. And what we did was, we used the same song on 2 decks and we mixed them up. So in this course, the freshman or the sophomore course, we're going to use 2 different songs in the decks and mix them up. Now, if you have not watched the first video series, I want you to go back right now and watch them and learn them, because the techniques that we learned in that series, we're going to apply in this series as well. Now we're just going to mix 2 tunes. Now, what I need you to do, if you're ready and you've watched the freshman course, what I want you to do is find 2 songs that are the exact same BPM. Now, you could do this a couple different ways. Sometimes we've got software on our computer with MP3s that actually show the BPM. Now, a lot of programs just show the BPM as in 120, 121, 122. There are other software programs out there that show you to the 10th of a beat and even the 100th of a beat. This is what I recommend you do. Go get a software program, if you don't already have one, that shows you at least the 10th of a beat. There's a free one out there. There's the Mixmeister BPM Analyzer. You can check that out, and that should help you out. You can load your tunes into there. It takes a long time to calculate what all the BPMs are, but it's incredibly accurate. If you don't have access to any of this stuff, figure out another way to figure out what your songs are BPM wise. We need 2 songs that are the exact same BPM for the first video. So get your songs and let's get started. Great news for you kids out there 15 and under. Today we're going to mix hip hop on the Newmarks. We've got 2 tracks. We have Kanye West with Through the Wire.
Yo, G, they can't stop me from rapping, can they?
And Outkast, So Fresh, So Clean. Notice we've got a nice lead-in. It's a 4-measure lead-in on this track. Drum lead-ins like that are very helpful when you're learning how to beat match 2 songs. Both of these songs are exactly 83 beats per minute. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to start out Kanye West. On the 1, on the first chorus, I'm going to chime in with the Outkast tune. Now, these Newmarks are not nearly as responsive as my Denons, and the only reason my Denons aren't here is because I'm just too lazy to go out in the garage and drag the whole rack down. But it's kind of like Mr. Miyagi's wax on, wax off. It's going to take a little more effort to make this happen, and it may on yours as well, so I thought, hey, let's use the Newmarks. Now, I'm going to have to grab the pitch control and go all over the place when I start this off, because I'm going to kind of do it off beat, but I've got 4 measures to do it. Just a quick little edit here, I apologize for it, but I just want you guys to keep in mind that when we are on the pitch control here, we're going to have to make adjustments to make it all match up. But once we get it to match up, all we have to do is lock our pitch controls back in place. And once we do that, everything is going to be locked in, seeing how all the songs are the same BPM. So all we're doing right now is figuring out how to mix these 2 tunes. And then after we do this, we'll do something a bit more practical. So let's start off the Kanye West.
Yo, G, they can't stop me from rapping,
Keep your foot tapping.
Can they? I spin it through the wire, man. Too much stuff on my heart right now, man. I gladly just get on right now.
Remember to keep your foot tapping. Your foot tapping is going to make this all so much easier. Let's do it one more time, and I'll screw it up a little more, and it might take me a little longer to catch this into beat. But we can go down and up on our pitch to make it happen. Let's do it one more time.
Yo, G, they can't stop
Tap
me
your
from
foot,
rapping,
bob your head.
Can they? I spin it through the wire, man. Too much stuff on my heart right now, man. I gladly just get on right now.
Okay, now we're going to do a more practical application of this. we're going to mix out of the Kanye West song and into the Outkast song. Now remember, when you're mixing, keep that foot tapping. Keep that foot tapping. Keep something going on in your head where you have the beat locked in. So here we go. Let's do this thing. And remember, we've got like 4 measures on the Outkast song to get it perfect before we got to worry about fading it in at all. So it's okay if you've got to grab the pitch and play with it. Let's do it. So there you go. That should get you started. 2 different songs with the exact same BPM, mixing them. There's some hip-hop for you. Hip-hop's pretty slow BPM. The faster BPM you go, typically the easier it is. But nevertheless, hip-hop still isn't that difficult to do. My tip to you is, don't listen to the sample. The sample can completely screw you up. Listen to that bass. Listen to that drum. That's what you need to listen to. Ignore everything else. Listen to the drum and mix with that, because if you try to mix in with the sample, it could totally screw you up. Now, here's the situation. I'm going to do 202 as soon as I see my first video response to 201, which is somebody out there taking 2 songs at the exact same BPM and mixing them on their CD players. I need to see this before we do the next vid. Alright? Cool. Hope you enjoyed. Practice and enjoy.